Welcome to another video in which we are going to learn about displaying images in HTML using the img tag. So guys, basically the HTML img tag is used to embed an image in a web page. So we can easily embed the images in our web pages based on our requirements. Now guys, images are not technically inserted into a web page, whereas images are simply linked to the web pages. So how we can link the images to the web pages, we will see that, but technically we don't actually insert the image over here on the web page, but those images are linked and they are present or they are stored in some another location, and we just provide the link to that path where they are stored. Now guys, the img tag creates a holding space for the referenced image, and that is how the images are displayed. Now the img tag is empty, it contains attributes only and does not have a closing tag. So basically we are not going to have any content in between the starting and the ending tag, and it is going to be a single tag, that is the img tag along with the forward slash, and this forward slash will be optional and there will be no specifically closing tag for this particular img tag over here. Now guys, the img tag has two required attributes. One is the src, which specifies the path of the image. So as I've told you, we need to provide the location or the path of the image where the image is stored, and then we also have the alt attribute which specifies an alternate text for the image. So guys, we will check both of these with the help of examples now in the VS Code. So let's say over here we have a normal paragraph. So using the p tag, we will say there is an image after this paragraph. So guys, we have provided a very simple statement inside the paragraph. There is an image after this paragraph, and then guys, we can simply provide the img tag in order to display the image. So let's say we have the less than symbol and then we use the img tag over here. You can see an img element represents an image. So this is the description that is provided by the VS Code, and then we can close the tag. So over here we don't have the specific closing tag. We can provide the forward slash at the end before the greater than symbol, and this is optional in order to mark that this tag is closed for now. And then guys, what we can do is, it doesn't have any content in between the starting and the ending tag, so we can only define the attributes. Now how do we provide the link to the image? So let's say we have certain images over here and we want to display this particular image. So these are the thumbnails of the videos that I have created for you on my YouTube channel, that is Programming for Beginners, which you should definitely subscribe if you have not done so. So over here we have this image, so we will check what is the entire path over here. So as you can see, we have this entire path over here. So I'll just copy this entire path, and inside the VS Code we need to use the src attribute. So guys, over here when we type src, you can see that this is the image URL. This attribute is mandatory for the img element because we define like where is this image coming from in the src attribute. So over here we are going to use this src attribute followed by equal to character, and then we have the double quotes. Now guys, inside the double quotes we are going to provide the entire directory path where the image is present. So over here we have pasted the directory path, and then after this we again have a backslash character, and then guys, we need to provide the name of the file as well. So as you can see, this is the name of the file. So I'll just copy this and paste it over here. So we have pasted this. And guys, another important thing is, after the name of the file, we need to provide the extension of the file as well. So some extensions can be PNG, and then others can be JPG or any other format that you are using for that particular image. So in this case, it is a PNG file. So we are going to provide a .png in the end after the name of the file over here, that is the image. So guys, this is the source attribute that we have defined. Now let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, we are getting there is an image after this paragraph, and this image, it seems to be very large. That's because increased the zoom factor of this browser. What if I get the zoom factor to 100%? So guys, this is the way that the image is being displayed over here, but I'll change the zoom to 150% so that you can clearly see what are the contents of this web page. Now guys, we want to display this image little bit smaller so that it looks decent over here. So what we will do is, we can also use the width and height attributes of this image. So we can get the cursor on the other line, and then we can again have the width attribute. So guys, inside the width attribute we can say display only 40% of this image. So we will say 40% of width, and let's say height we want to display only 25%. So guys, after providing the width and height attributes as well, let me just save this file now and try reloading this page. So as you can see, now we can properly see the image that is being displayed over here on the web page. So basically it is taking only the 40% of the entire width of the screen, and height is being taken as the 25% of the height of the screen, and that is how it is being displayed over here. If we change the width to 50%, so basically the image will take the 50% width of the entire screen. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page. As you can see, the right hand side of the image is coming at the exact middle of this screen right now. And guys, that is how we can mention the width and height of the image. We can also use pixels as well. So let's say we provide 100 pixels for the width, and then for height, let's say we provide 70 pixels in this case. So we provide 70 px. Note that there is no space character after these numbers and in between the px keyword. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page. As you can see, the image is being adjusted now based on the numbers of the width and height that we have specified. Guys, we will change it back to the 40% and 25% over here, since that was looking more decent. So after changing, let me just save this file now and try reloading this page. So as you can see, the image is being displayed properly now. Now guys, there is another important attribute, that is the alt attribute, that you must specify. Now it specifies the alternate text for the image. In some cases, what happens is, let's say if the image is not present in this particular directory that you have mentioned, or if you are using the URL, then let's say if the URL is down for some time, then that particular image will not be displayed properly on the web page. Now how it will be displayed, let me just show you. So what if we just remove the extension of this file, that is .png we have removed, and let us see how the image will be displayed on the web page now. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page. So as you can see, the image is not being displayed right now. So guys, when this particular thing happens, it becomes very important that we have the alt attribute, so that some kind of text is being displayed when this condition occurs. So we can come to VS Code, and then over here after the height attribute, we can provide the alt attribute as well. As you can see, this attribute defines an alternative text description of the image. So we will use this alt attribute, and over here we will say image displayed for test purpose. So guys, over here we are simply providing a text message, that is image displayed for test purpose. You can have any other string based on your requirements when such conditions occur. Now let me just save this file now and try reloading this page to see what happens. So as you can see, even though image is not being displayed, but it is saying image displayed for test purpose. You can provide any other exception message or the error message that you want based on your requirements, and that is how it is going to work. By providing the alt attribute for the image tag, it is going to provide certain text message in case there is some issue to display the image over here. Now guys, let me just provide the extension over here once again. So we will provide .png and see how it appears along with the alt attribute content over here. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again. So as you can see, since now the image is being displayed, there is no alt attribute content or the message that is being displayed right now. But guys, behind the scenes it will be present. So let me just right click over here and use the inspect option in this case. So it will open the elements tab over here. So if you see, there is a alt attribute, that is image displayed for test purpose. So basically you can see the source code over here for whatever HTML code that is written behind the scenes in order to display this particular web page. So guys, these are certain attributes that you can use, that is src attribute, and then we have the alt attribute as well. Along with this, we have also seen how to mention the width and the height of the images that you want to display. So guys, comment in the comment section below whether you have learned something out of this video. Please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to this channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. The next video that we are going to talk about is how to display background image in HTML. So stay tuned.